Have you ever thought you can't visualize? Have you ever tried to imagine something during a meditation or while performing a spell and thought, I don't really see anything? Maybe you've even wondered if that meant you weren't very good at magic. If you've ever felt that way, I have some wonderful news for you. Visualization is not what most people think it is. Because of that misunderstanding, many people underestimate one of the greatest magical powers they possess. In our first lesson on building the magical bodies, we strengthened the fire body, the body of will, the body of action. In our second lesson, we strengthened the water body, the body of faith, the body of trust. This week, we arrive at the third side of the witch's pyramid, the air body, the body of imagination. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to introduce you to one of my favorite ways of thinking about imagination. I call it the witch's workshop. Every magical operation begins there. Every spell, talisman, ritual, prayer, every manifestation, everything you create with magic. Long before it appears in the physical world, it is first built in the workshop. The air body is where possibilities are assembled. It's where new realities are designed. It's where the invisible blueprint is created before anything becomes tangible. The fire body gives us the power to will. The water body gives us the power to trust. But the air body gives us something to act upon and something to have faith in. Without the workshop, there is no blueprint. Now, when people hear the word imagination, they usually think of pictures. The word imagination has the word image in it, after all. So naturally, we assume imagination means seeing vivid pictures in the mind. It can mean that, and some people can do it quite easily. Others can't. If you happen to be someone who says, I can't really see mental pictures, please do not think for one moment that your magical ability is somehow limited. The workshop is much larger than pictures. The workshop creates experiences. Let me show you what I mean. I'd like for you to make believe that you're holding a fresh lemon. Notice its bright yellow skin. Imagine taking a sharp knife and slicing into it. Perhaps you can hear the knife moving through the fruit. Perhaps you can smell the fresh citrus. Perhaps your mouth begins watering. You might almost taste it. You might simply know exactly what a fresh lemon feels like. Some of you probably saw the lemon, but others of you smelled it. Others tasted it. Some simply experienced it. Each and every one of these responses is imagination. You entered the workshop. You didn't need a perfect mental movie. You created an inner experience, and that is exactly what magical imagination is. When you perform a prosperity spell, you're not trying to merely create a picture of prosperity. You're trying to create an experience of prosperity. What does it feel like to wake up without financial fear? What conversations might you be having? What decisions might you be making? How might you carry yourself? You're building that experience inside the witch's workshop. When you're working healing magic, you're not simply seeing an illness disappearing. You're experiencing yourself already moving freely, already feeling healthy, already living a life that healing makes possible. Again, you're working in the workshop. Every magical operation begins there. So this week we are going to inhabit that workshop. This week's first exercise is a writing exercise. Each and every morning this week, before the world begins taking you over, take out a notebook and write one full page of whatever happens to be in your mind. Don't edit, don't censor, don't try to sound intelligent, don't compose, and don't worry about whether it makes sense. Simply let your thoughts flow out onto the paper. The author Julia Cameron, in her book The Artist's Way, has a version of this same exercise, which she calls the morning pages. This is simply a way for you to open the doors of the workshop. Many people discover ideas that they didn't even know they had. Others discover that mental clutter begins clearing away. Some people notice creativity returning after years of feeling blocked. Whatever happens, just write one full page of whatever's on your mind each and every day for a week. The purpose is not to create something. The purpose is to open the doors of the workshop. This week's second exercise is a breathing meditation. This is not about controlling your breath or changing it. It's about simply noticing it. Your breath is your most intimate relationship with the element of air. Breathing naturally brings us into the present moment. As you follow your breath, your thoughts will start to wander. That is perfectly natural. Thoughts drift. That's what our minds do. Each time you gently bring your attention back to your breath, you're strengthening your air body. You're teaching yourself to use the workshop as a place of focus rather than a place of distraction. You can keep up this breath meditation for as little as 1 minute or as long as you feel comfortable doing it. Just make sure you do it once a day. Our third exercise this week is called make-believe. I love that expression because most people think it simply means pretending. But look at the words, make, believe. That's exactly what we're doing. We're deliberately creating an experience that our water body will eventually place its faith in. Remember last week we strengthened faith. This week we are building something to have faith in. The workshop creates. The water body has faith, and the fire body acts. So this week, I would like you to choose one thing you would genuinely like to do, be, or to have. It doesn't have to be enormous. Just choose something meaningful to you. Then for 5 or 10 minutes each day, make believe. Do whatever you need to do to make believe. You might see yourself living that experience. Perhaps you might hear somebody congratulating you. You might imagine yourself walking through your new home. Maybe you'd feel yourself completely healthy. Perhaps you'll draw the experience, even if it's nothing more than stick figures. Perhaps you write a whole page describing what your day is like now that this has become your reality. Maybe you simply close your eyes and daydream about it. There is no right way, no wrong way. The workshop does not care how you build. It only asks that you build. Remember, you're not trying to convince yourself that something already exists in the physical world. You're constructing a blueprint. You're creating an experience. You're giving your imagination something to work on. That's what this workshop is for. So every day this week, spend just a few minutes making believe, because today's make-believe will become tomorrow's reality when we work magic. Our fourth exercise this week might be the most enjoyable one of all. This week, I want you to create something. Anything. Paint, write, play music, cook, dance, build, draw. It doesn't matter whether anyone ever sees it. The purpose is not to create a finished product. The purpose is to awaken the creator within you. The Witch's Workshop is only useful when you use it. Also this week, I want you to gently interrupt your routines. Take a different road to work. Read a different kind of book. Order something different off the menu. Use different words. Notice different things. The air body thrives with novelty. It asks one beautiful question again and again. What else is possible? That question alone can change your life. Something else you can do to strengthen your powers of imagination is to spend a little time reading this week. A novel, a fairy tale, a children's book, or even listen to an audiobook. Just simply notice how naturally your imagination begins creating an inner experience of whatever you're reading or listening to. This is very different than watching something on a screen, where those images are already pre-made. When you're reading or listening to a story, your mind will create the experience for you. And this starts to show you how your powers of imagination work. Simply notice how naturally your imagination begins creating this experience for you. The Witch's Workshop has been operating for you your entire life. Now you're simply becoming aware of it. As we continue building the magical self, notice how beautifully these three bodies are starting to work together. The fire body acts, the water body trusts, the air body creates. Will, faith, imagination. Together, they become an extraordinary magical force. As your air body strengthens, you'll notice yourself becoming more creative, more flexible, more curious, more inspired, more open to possibilities. And most importantly, you'll begin seeing possibilities where you once saw limitations. The air body reminds us that before reality changes, possibility must first be imagined. The blueprint must be drawn. The work must first be done in the Witch's Workshop. So this week, allow yourself to wonder, to create, to experiment, and to play. Because each and every great magical work begins in the workshop. If you're joining me in strengthening your air body this week, please leave a comment below and write, "The workshop is open." I'd love to know who's continuing this journey with me. Next time, we will complete the fourth side of the Witch's Pyramid as we begin building the Earth body. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell. Until next time, blessed be.